In this video, I'm going to show you how to draw up a lead list using clay.com and apollo.io to generate a list of leads that you can reach out to. So we're going to find the companies first, then we're going to find the contacts at those companies that we want to reach out to, and then we're going to get their contact details. And then I'm going to show you everything from getting the companies to getting the contact details and also verifying everything after. So I will show you how it's done. I'm going to share my screen. It's going to be pretty technical. You just follow along. And I've actually already started this process. And I thought, probably I should record it. So I've started the process. I'm going to go over what I've done and what I did in before. And then I'll get to the point where I'm at right now. And then we'll just continue on from there. So I thought that this would be an easy way to show you the process of how we're going to go through it. So first off, we're going to connect clay.com with openai.com using an API key. This is a one-time process. You don't have to do it again. Once it's done, it's done. And then what we're going to be doing is we're going to find companies that we want to reach out to using clay.com. Then we're going to find the contacts at those companies using apollo.io. The reason we're doing it this way is it's actually a lot more cost effective for you. If not, you can just go ahead and find contacts using, different enrichments inside of Clay, which is easy to do as well. But the reason we're doing it is because of the cost. We verify the contact details using Million Verifier that from the contacts that we pulled from Apollo, and then we enrich the data in Clay for those email addresses that we can't find or that are bad or that are risky using various different tools. So in Clay, we're going to use Find Email, Prospeo, Detecma. So let's go. So we're going to use a few tools to help us do this. The first one is going to be clay.com. Clay.com is a fantastic tool to personalize emails and contacts at scale. It allows you to integrate AI into your lead list, very, very easily. It's a game changer when it comes to outbound. So if you're serious about running outbound strategies or campaigns, you absolutely need a clay.com account. If you are not using clay.com right now, absolutely get it, because it is a game changer. A lot of the top lead generators that I know, all of them have clay.com without question. It's a game changer in the space. If you've not got it, it's like, you've brought a knife to a gunfight. Unfortunately, there are people out there like myself personalizing emails at scale and using AI. So absolutely get this. It's not cheap. It's $150 a month for the basic version, but the return on investment is obviously very high. And if you click on the link in the description, there's an affiliate link and my referral link. You can use it for free, but it's limited for a couple of weeks. But it'll give you a chance to actually use the tool. But if you use the referral link in the description, you use my referral link, it will help you'll get some free credits to be able to use on various different parts in the system. It's a credit-based system, so yeah, it's very good. So we're going to be using this. Sign up for this. You'll absolutely need it. The next thing we'll need is an OpenAI paid account. You need the API key, and you need to put that into clay.com. And also you'll need a apollo.io account. Now you can just use a free account. I have a paid account, but you can use a free account for this. You also need a tool to verify emails. So we're going to use millionverifier.com, and it will show you, and I'll show you how to use that in a bit. So get clay.com, click on the referral link, your access to your account, and I'll show you, how we set up the OpenAI API key and put it into Clay. And we'll get into that now. So you'll need an openai.com account, and you'll need its API key. And what the API key does when you link it to Clay, it allows them both to communicate with each other, or it allows Clay to use ChatGPT on your behalf. Okay, so create an openai.com account. And what you need to do is you need to go to billing, and then you need to add some credits onto your account. So what this will do, it allows you to get access to an API and request it. And eventually you're going to continue putting money into this credit account. So you can actually use ChatGPT tokens and ChatGPT within clay.com, as opposed to using clay.com's ChatGPT account, which costs credits. You want to save money here. It's a lot cheaper to do it this way. So put some money into your openai.com account, get the API key here. So what you do is you click on create new secret key. Obviously, I've got mine here. You can create one. It'll give you a sequence of random letters and numbers. And then what you'll do is you'll paste it into your clay.com account. So you'll take this number that I'll give you, and then you'll paste it into clay.com, and I'll show you where to do that right now. When you've signed up to clay.com, you will have access to a page like this. And obviously, I've got a lot of different files and workbooks open. Ignore that. Go into your account here, go into settings, and then click on connections, right? And you go add connection. And what you'll do is you'll take that API key, those random numbers and letters, and then you'll paste it into here, into this API key here. Then you'll save it. So what it'll do is it'll connect your clay.com and OpenAI account together so they can work together. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to draw up a list of companies using clay.com. Now, there are many ways of doing it, but you can use Ocean, you can use PandaMatch, you can use Apollo by itself. But in this case, we're going to use clay.com because it's got a pretty decent finding companies feature in here. And so I'm going to show you what I was doing to find the companies that are, accurate, or they correspond to what I'm looking for. We're looking for automation robotics manufacturers and industrial equipment manufacturers, so machinery and all this kind of stuff. So what we're doing here, we click on table, we go to find companies. Now, in the search section, you've got multiple industries. You can exclude industries, size of company, etc. So what we're doing is this. Here we go. And then what we'll do is we're looking for size of company, 11 to 200, this amount of employees, privately held, self-employed, but I doubt that's not going to be that many. Self-owned, partnership. Done. Where we're looking for, now you can get granular with this. In my case, just going to be United States. And then, you can add in various different criteria, search criteria. You can have description keywords, exclude description keywords, and all city. You can also limit the amount of results that you can find on the output. So, but we're not really that bothered about this right now. We're just going to find them. So these are the companies that it's drawn up, as you can see. Obviously, there's probably a couple of duplicates. So what you do is you import those, and you import to a new table. Now, I've already done this, so I'm not going to use my import credits again, but I've already done this, so I'll show you what that looks like on the other side of what you get. So once you've done that part, you'll have access to something that looks like this. You get the name of the company, description, industry, size, type, location, the URL, and the LinkedIn URL. So this is a lot of information here. This gives us enough material to play with right now. We're going to use a lot of the domain and the LinkedIn and the company name. And what you'll notice is that some of these companies, as much as it does a great job, they're missing URLs. And we need the URLs to be able to identify these companies in Apollo.io. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the LinkedIn URL to find the domain URL. Now, when you go on your LinkedIn profile, generally there's, you've got a visit website or some link to the main website. So what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to have a look at this link, each link, and find the website for us. And I'm going to show you how it's done. I'm going to show you the prompt. So what we do is we go in here, we click add enrichment, and then we click artificial intelligence. Oh, if I can spell artificial intelligence. Now we can use AI here, but this is more internally here, but we're going to use the ClayGen, which is the AI web searcher. And first off, what we do is Clay gives us the opportunity to use their AI systems to be able to scrape information from the website. But what we're going to use ChatGPT 4o Mini because it's the cheapest. And also we have the API key, which helps us save credits. If we use the Clay one, we use 1 credit per line, per row. Because we're using the API, we're able to use our own credits from before, from what we put on our OpenAI account, and it's a lot cheaper. You're talking 1/10 of a cent for doing this, as opposed to using a credit. So now what we need to do is you need to tell the AI what to do, and I have a list of prompts, and I'll show you what that looks like. We need to put in a prompt in here and a conditional run, and I'll show you what that looks like now. So when you're using prompts, keep a list of your prompts that work for you. Obviously, these get amended all the time. My list is massive here. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to find the prompt that helps us extract the URL from the LinkedIn profile. So what I do is I take this one here. Now, it is a bit dramatic. Take your time, don't get lazy. Do this as if the family's life depends on it. But this is actually quite important because it tells the AI to do a good job, right? So we'll go in here. We insert it into here, and we need to change that so that it looks up the LinkedIn URL. It was required for this to run on. You can obviously turn it off, but ideally we want to keep it on. And then the conditional run. So to save credits, this is fantastic. It will allow us, a conditional run allows us to use this prompt only if it fulfills a specific criteria. So in our case, or a condition, sorry, in our case, we're going to say only run if the domain is empty. Okay, as you can see, it's got domains up to the 96 line, and it will say yes, it'll run. Now, normally what you do is you go save and run 10 rows, because what it does, it allows you to see if the prompt is correct, as opposed to you wasting credits if it's incorrect. It allows you to run 10 rows to see if it's correct. But in our case, because we know that we're not going to get anything for the first 10 rows, we may just run the whole thing. And there we go. As you can see, run condition not met because it's got a domain. And sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't work, because sometimes it just doesn't find the URL, or the URL doesn't exist. So if we click on here, what does it say? Yeah, it doesn't find it, so that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to add this as a table. LinkedIn return URL. We don't have to put it in, but I'm putting it in so it's clear. I'll create a separate column here with the information. Now, as we go down, let's have a look. Okay, obviously it's not found anything here. It's not found anything so far. Oh, see, here we go. See, this wasn't in here, and because we got it to look at the LinkedIn, it's brought up the domain, which is fantastic. See, this is a lead that could potentially be overlooked by a lot of people because it didn't appear in this chart. Some people don't go that extra step to find the URL, but you will. Let's go. Have we got any more? I'm pretty sure we'll have some more. I mean, it's a big list. It's not a big list, but it's not tiny. There we go, another one. Okay, we've got a couple. Oh, there you go, 3, 4. Not bad. Yeah, 5. All right, so it's worth going through that just so you've got all the information you can, so that we can continue on the next steps. Now, what we need to do is we need to merge the columns, get the LinkedIn, the main domain that we've already extracted, and the LinkedIn domain that we just pulled up, and put them in the same table, in the same column. So yeah. Can't spell. from save settings. There we go. There we go. And we're going to rename this. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to rename it master URL. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so now we've got a list of companies that we think are potential good fits. We've got their URLs. We've got some information. Now what we need to do is we need to take this list and we need to cross-check it with Apollo.io. Now we will get the reason that we're doing it this way is because Apollo.io is cheap, and it does have a lot of information in there that is pretty valuable. Obviously, a lot of people are using it. A lot of lead generators are using it. Even your competitors are using the same details. But it's a good way of getting our first batch of info cheap. And then what we can do is those that we don't find, we can run them through a different run them through a different enrichment. So what we're going to do is we're going to extract this list here, export it. Now you're going to see us downloading a lot of CSVs today. So we downloaded that, and now what we're going to do is get those domains, and then we're going to put them into Apollo.io, and then we're going to find the emails of the people needed that way. So once you get the file, open it up, and you can clean it up a little bit. In our case, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the master URL, and we're going to copy all of them. So you copy all the domains, and then you go into Apollo.io. Now you can use a free account if you want to. There's no real benefit to getting a paid account unless you use the API key, which I do use it myself. And then what you do is you get the company and you paste it in here. So all those domains you paste in here. I think you can paste up to like 10,000, something like that. Now, as you can see, it's brought the total amount of contacts down to 268,000. That's mental. So we don't want to speak to other people. Here we've got LinkedIn. I wonder why we've got LinkedIn in here. Yeah, we can take those. If you see some weird ones in here like LinkedIn or Google, we can take those out. So google.com. Is it linkedin.com? More or less, most of these companies will be good. Now, sometimes you'll probably get like some weird URLs that come through. If you spend all your time trying to sift out everything and to make it 100% perfect, you're going to waste so much time. It's going to put you off actually, doing this exercise, which is very important to generate leads and to start reaching out to people. So if it's about 95% right, that's absolutely great. That's a good hit. So what we want to look for is job titles here. CEO. Now, obviously the CEO they're getting hit up with a lot of offers all the time. So we're going to go all the way from CEO to sales director, founder, owner, CSO. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hitting these people up with different offers at different levels. Okay, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go through it because it's really ramming up my computer right now. Okay, so we were looking for everyone from CEO level to business development. We're trying to reach out to the salespeople here. So what we want to do is once we've got the job titles in, it's brought us up to about 4.6 thousand contacts. Now, if you remember, we had about 2.8 thousand going into this. There are going to be some companies where the contact or contact details are not going to be here for any of those contacts. And there's going to be duplicates, well, multiple contacts for the same company here. So you'll probably have the CEO, you'll probably have the sales director, you'll probably have the sales manager or whatever in this list. So you've got multiple contacts for the same company. And what we're going to do is we're going to target each different level differently with a different kind of offer in a way. And so, yeah, next what we want to do is email status, because we want their email address in this case. So we're going to go verified, and we can go with unverified as well, because we're going to verify the emails anyway. And we're going to run it through a separate enrichment as well to find emails that aren't suitable here. So there we go. We've got those. Okay, so that see, there you go. That brings down the list to about 2.6, which is fantastic. So now what we want to do is you want to get these emails out of here. We're going to use a tool called exportapollo.com, and it's a credit-based platform. What you do is you pay for credits and you give them this link. You paste it into the exportapollo.com platform, and what it does, they will scrape these leads for you. So I'll do that now. You'll need to create an account, of course. Once you're inside, you buy some scraping accounts with your credit card. Very simple. We're going to give this list a name, lead list. We can call it 2, whatever. And what we do is we take the search URL from Apollo and we paste it in here. So we take this. Take this at the top here. We copy it. And then what we do is we paste it in here. And number of contacts, how many were we at? So 200, that many contacts, it tells us at the bottom. Ignore this because we should have the filter set up in there. We don't need to verify it because we already have a million verifier ourselves. You can use this if you haven't got it. And obviously you've got verification credits here if you don't want to go through million verifier, but we will. We don't bother about catch-all. We've got another team, a tool for that. Complete name cleaning. We want to get the extra data. That's great. So once you've done that, what you need to do is you need to wait, and it will send you a link to the leads to your email. Once we get that, what we'll do is we'll look at verifying that list, cleaning it up, tidying it up, and getting it ready for you. So once you waited a few minutes, you'll get access to an email come through like this, and it'll have the lead list attached, or you can click on the link here. So what we're going to do is we're going to download it, and then we're going to open it up, and then we're going to go through the list and verify it. You need to verify the emails that we've got. So what we do is we use millionverifier.com, which is relatively cheap. Sign up, create an account, and buy some credits. Credits are pretty cheap as well. You can buy them in bulk. And what we're doing is we're verifying the emails. And the reason we're verifying the emails is to make sure that the emails actually still exist, and by and large, people are still working at those companies. Because the last thing you want to be doing is sending emails to an email address that doesn't exist. You'll get bouncers, and that's not good for your domain reputation. So you want to make sure that you can increase the chances of staying positive and getting your deliverability into the inbox. So what we do is we verify the email addresses. There we go. Duplicates, and then we start to verify. And then we give it some time here. Have I started this one? Oh, no, that's the previous one. So as you can see here, we have a few minutes to wait. Give it some time to do its thing, and then once it's done, it will give us. So once Million Verify has done its thing, its verification, it's going to give you something that looks like this. It's going to send you an email first of all, say, "Hey, we've done," and you're going to get 3 categories: good, emails, which are verified. Risky, which Virulent Verifier hasn't had the time to have a look. It thinks it may be okay, but it's not sure. And here it is bad. So these email addresses, just don't send to these. Now, what most people do is they'll take the good emails and they'll go, okay, great. And then they'll just bin the rest. Some people bin the rest. Some people actually use these and just send to them, which isn't a good idea. We need a second level of verification. And they just bin these. Now, there's gold in here. We can still find the contact details. Maybe they've just changed email address or provider or something, and they've just changed their email address. And so therefore, we're going to go a step further than most people, and we're going to download the full report. So if you want to do the simple way, you just go good. Risky, I would avoid if you've got new email inboxes, because you don't want to end up in spam, or you don't want to get bounces, and eventually end up in spam. Obviously, you don't send to bad emails. So we're going to download the full report, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Well, as you can see here, this is a list now. So we've got quality, result, free, and role. These have been added by Million Verifier. And this is the email status that Apollo gave us. Now, as you can see here, it's saying verified. This is risky. This probably could be a good email address. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these columns here. Delete. And then we're going to upload this. We're going to upload this into. We're going to upload this into Clay and enrich these leads here. So now you're in Clay. What you're going to do is you're going to open table. You can import from CSV, and you're going to bring in that file you just downloaded. By the way, we're into the bonus step here. Like, this is additional. You're going above and beyond here to make sure that we are getting the best leads possible. And we're really tapping into pools of leads that are not being reached out to by other people. So this is how I would do it. This is called lead enrichment. We're going to verify again those that have been deemed as risky, and we're going to find, if they are bad, we're going to use another database to find the email addresses for the people that are missing. And we haven't even spoken about the companies that we haven't found the contacts for, because don't forget, we drew up a list of 2,500 or 2,800 companies, but we only extracted 2,500 leads. So there's going to be a lot of companies without contacts that we're not reaching out to here. So that's another source of leads as well. Or we can look into that in a bit. So here we are. We've got the spreadsheet. So this is obviously not good. Whatever this is, get rid of that. And what we want to do is we want to be looking at the email address here. So what we're going to do in here is we're going to add an enrichment. And what we're going to do is we're going to use find email. Now, you can use Clay's inbuilt find email subscription, or you can subscribe to find email. It's about $99 a month, and it will give you verification credits and also search credits as well for emails. Find Email is probably one of the best email finders that suppliers on the market. So use it. And again, likewise, if you have got your own account, you can upload the API key, like we did with the OpenAI API key, into your settings, connect it up, and therefore you can go and find the emails for those that don't have good emails. So what we're going to do here is we're going to verify the emails column here, not the personal email. We don't want to verify all of them because that would just use and burn through our credits. What we want to do is we're going to do a conditional run. We're going to go only run if quality is risky. Generate formula. This is AI. It'll generate a formula for you if you know how to do this. Then you can do it. But it's just easy to get that. Now, in our case, what we're going to do is not going to run it because it says some emails not resemble an email. So we're going to save and not run here. I'm going to find out what line is not working right now. So I've just been through this entire list and pulled out, bad lines. So that's that. It's easy. Now what we can do is we can just validate this. We can start there. We can run the column. So the one that we just did. We can choose numbers. Choose number of rows to run. Let's just do 10. So you go. Run condition not met. So it's good. Risky. See, risky. That's a good email address. Risky, valid email address. Let's just run all of them. And it'll just automatically do it for us. So as we go through this list, you can see valid email, invalid email. So yeah, we don't be sending to these. And whilst it's still doing its thing, what we're going to do is we're going to wait till this is finished, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set up the next column, which will be to use find email to find email addresses for bad and for risky emails that have got invalid here. So as you can see, if you click on this, it's gone verified false. We're going to use these conditional runs to help us find good email addresses for these people. Okay, so by and large, it's gonna complete its job soon. So we're gonna add enrichment here. We're gonna find email. I like find email. Find work email. So we've got the full name. We got the website, and what we're going to do is this. Only run if quality is bad. Oops, sorry. If quality is bad. Oh, sugar. Or if, and then we're going to find verified is false. Generate formula. So we can continue to add fields. Now here we click on this email address here because that's what we want. Save and run 10 rows. Now, once find email brings up an email here, okay, you can't find it. If find email finds an email, that email is verified, so you don't necessarily need to run it through a verification tool again. So let's test this a bit further. Let's go, because I want to make sure that the conditional run's right. So we're going to run the next 50 rows from row 11. Oh, shit. Start again. Because I could just go ahead and just ram the whole row. But let's see if the conditional run's correct so that we're not wasting. Okay. All right. So it's not correct. You see, it's got invalid email here, but it's still not ran. It's still not run the the condition. So we need to make sure that we're getting this right. Okay, so what I did is I changed the conditional run because it was incorrect, and I took this from a previous clay table that I'd ran, and it has to be validate email equals false or is false, and quality is in lowercase is bad, and that's how you run it. So that's what I did here. And now what we can do is we can find those that haven't run, and we can click on those individually. I mean, it may seem like a bit of redundant work, but what we're doing is we're going above and beyond to find the right contacts. These people aren't being reached out to like all the others. So it helps to go that extra step. Okay, so they haven't found anything there. Nothing here either. Okay, so let's run the rest then. It's worth just finishing it off. Choose number of those that will run. 2,500 from row 61. Obviously, I'll just run all of them. And we'll watch it run. Yeah, so as we go through this, you can see that it's picking up email addresses. So obviously, that has changed from Edward G to EDG. And this was gone from Dave to D Bell, obviously. So again, like if you're just running down this list, it will pick up. Yeah, there you go. So some people just change email addresses from time to time. It's just part of the game. So we just keep going through this. Some of these may not be in the right area. We can always filter those out later. Okay, so we're getting what we want realistically. Let's go to the bottom. If you're seeing queued, it means it's still running. Just give it time to run. If it's run condition not met or invalid or valid, then that means that it's done its job. Oh, error. What was that error? Sometimes you get errors. It's worth just checking, clicking on those. It's missing an input. What's it missing? Copy to menu is blank. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. It turns out this is just a bad line, a bad row. I'll just take that out. Doesn't matter. Zero. Oops, too far. Okay, so I think this is doing quite well. It's done what it wanted. It's done what it's needed to do. Okay, so next what we're going to do, right? We can stop there. Again, we can stop there and just go, you know what? I'm satisfied with this, what it's found. And we'll just call it a day there, and then we'll just send emails to these people. Well, actually, no. I like to wring everything I can out of a lead list. So we're going to go a bit further. We're going to have a look at an extra couple of databases. And this may get a bit complex, but I'm going to show you why. It's important that you see the full process till the end. This is what we do internally. Depending on which ICPs we go for, sometimes we just, we use various different databases. So in this case, we're going to go for an extra couple, see if we can get the most out of this list if possible, and I'll show you how that's done. So now that we've done that, we've found these emails here. What you do is you click on here and you click on status, add as column. I named it FM status for find email. And I'm going to rename this find email. Yeah, my computer is very slow when I'm recording something, so I apologize. You can times 1.5 this video and you'll probably get the same value out of it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add another enrichment here. I'm going to type in Prospio, which I think is a fantastic tool as well. So we're going to use I don't have a Prospio account, but you can again get a Prospio account and link it to this. But I'm just going to use the Clay managed one, so it's going to cost me a couple of credits. When it uses credits only when it finds something, right? So if it doesn't find anything, it doesn't take up any credits. So we're going to give it the full name, domain, and this is the formula that we put in the conditional run. We need to ensure that the validated email is verified, that the verified for the validate email is false, or lowercase quality is bad, and there is nothing in find email status. So there's nothing here. That means that if it's invalid here, it's not found an email, and it has to research and find it for that. Find an email address for that lead. So let's go for that. We're just going to go for the email address. Save, and let's run the first 10 rows. It's not going to use 20 credits because, like I say, it's going to use it only when it finds something. So it won't use it. Sometimes it'll give you a warning. Oh, you've only got X amount of credits left. Well, you're not going to use all of it in one go. Well, you shouldn't do anyway. If you've done your conditional run right, you'll be fine. That's why we only run 10 at a time. Okay, so it's not found anything here. Let's just rip it. Yeah, run. Okay, and the last enrichment we're going to do is for the emails anyway, is going to be the tagma. Find work email. So again, what we do is, in this case, we're going to put the full name in, short website URL here. And we can also put in the LinkedIn link. So in this case, we're going to use company LinkedIn. We're going to put in this conditional run here. So validate email is verified equals false, or quality equals bad, and FM status this is empty. We should probably put something in there about the Prospero email as well. But anyway, let's let rip. I don't really bother. Now what we have to do now is we go in here, we merge the Prospero and the Detagma columns together. And the reason we do that is because these email addresses won't be verified, like find email. So what we do is it's a very simple formula. Get data, get value from, I apologize how slow this is. My computer is absolutely not taking it well. Value from, I always do that. From tag to tag. Okay. Input it in here. Save. So as you can see, it pulls it through. Now what we do is we go here. We add an enrichment, and what we want to do is we want to validate this email again. I mean, it's just using find email, just to make sure that it's correct. It may seem like we're jumping through a lot of hoops, and we are jumping through a lot of hoops, but it's actually very, very valid. It's very valuable to do this because you're really getting the most out of your lead list, as opposed to, you know. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're getting the most out of the lead list here. Okay, so as you can see, this one picked up an email address here, but it was invalid, so we're not going to run with it. Here, anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to merge all of these email addresses into one column, so that we've got a master email address, and we know exactly which column has all the valid email addresses. Okay. From email only if quality is good. Yeah. Get value from email. That'd be a good email address. Yeah. And then we want to get the value from only if is it blank or true? I can't remember. Only if, let's go validate. Let's validate 2. Yeah. Is it true or good? I can't remember. Let's try that. Now, also what we've got to do is we've got to, so it turns out that it's valid. So this has got to be, it's got to be valid, not true. And what we do is we correct that. And here we have it. This is the master column with the master email addresses. These email addresses are good to go. So master email. And what you can do is, now I'm going to continue enriching this email address, these emails. I'm also going to export all the ones that are blank. There are many different things we can do even with the blank email addresses. So those that the companies here that haven't got a good contact, well, we can use different AI agents to go onto LinkedIn, to scour LinkedIn to find those contacts, and then we can put them through this process again if we find them. So there's a whole different section on how to further and further enrich these leads to make sure you're really getting the best out of the leads, and you're making the most of the lead list, and you're reaching out to the right people. A lot of these people have got are on the big database, but the ones that are not, we've gone above and beyond to try and find and squeeze the most of the juice that we can out of this list. So you can export it here into a CSV, and then you can upload that into SmartLead, or you can upload that into Instantly. But we've done a good job here, so pretty happy with that. Anyway, hope that was helpful. I know it's a long video, and I apologize for how slow the processing has been on this. But by and large, this should give you an understanding of how we go about finding leads and how you can go about finding leads yourself and enriching the data. So yeah, if you've got any questions, if you'd like to learn more about lead generation, or you're looking to get lead generation for your business, click on the link in the description. Also, if you're looking to get Clay, don't forget to use my referral link. I really appreciate it. You'd be helping me out. And until next time, have a good one.